That's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system.
What up, Joe? Alright, I'm about to give y'all the loading, the commute, and the unloading process of a bulker. What is a bulker? A bulker is a trucker that can haul anything from cement powder to grass seed to pesticides to food grade stuff. Alright? It is a dry bulking system, which means I'm hauling pneumatic tanks. Alright? You unload with air pressure. I'm gonna show you the whole shit. Alright? Peep game. Alright, so this is the St. Mary's Terminal in Detroit. In my first video, I had some footage of this exact terminal that I was showing y'all. But this one's gonna be a little different. I'm gonna show you the whole process. The product that I'm picking up is called slag. When I asked what slag was, they told me it was a filler. So what I'm assuming is when they're building structures like houses or bridges or curbs and they got all the cinder blocks, they put the slag inside that. They do not use slag for this concrete that I'm driving on right now. You feel what I'm saying?
Now I'm about to show you what all this stuff is for. That right there connects to your blower, which is right there. It has its own drive shaft. You open them up, you put your hose on, you clamp it down. This thing has its own drive shaft, which is down in here. See that drive shaft? That operates your blower. So you just take that end right there and hook it to where I showed you, and now your blower's hooked up. You see all these valves right here? This one is for your line pressure. Okay? This one, if you close that, you will not get air back there. So you gotta have that open at all times. You gotta have that one open if you want to get air to your back tank. But you would close that valve to unload your front tank. And you always want to unload your back tank first. See how that air goes all the way back here. Alright? You got the same sets of valves on each tank. That valve right there is for your aerator to blow up under the tank. That valve right there is for your discharge, which comes out of there. Same valves over here. You got your discharge valve there, and you got your aerator valve there, which goes underneath the tanks and blows the cement powder upwards. You feel what I'm saying? And that is your line pressure, which controls the amount of powder that's being fed through your line at all times. That right there, that needs to be open at all times until you start building air pressure. And then you gotta drain it by opening it when you're done. That valve right there is top air. We don't really use top air to unload cement powder, but they use it to unload like plastic and stuff like that. So we don't use a lot of top. And like I said, you got the same valves on each tank. There's your bleeder valve. Notice it says blow down valve must be open at all times except when unloading. That other valve, that's your top air. Like I said, I don't use any top air at all. but that feeds air to the top of the tank. That valve right there needs to be closed when you move to start unloading your front tank. You gotta close it just like that, and now you're not feeding air to the back tank anymore, just the front tank. Then you got the same valves. There's your discharge pipe, which my hose hooks up to. To the left of that, that's your discharge valve. So air pressure, once you build air pressure up in the tanks and you open that discharge valve down there, powder is going to start shooting through that pipe that you see in the center, and it's going to start coming out through your hose and blowing up into the silo. Now this right here is how I open my tanks. Not a lot of people have this. Pull that knob, that releases the air pressure. Then you pull that knob and that knob, and you see how that opened? Bada bing, bada boom. Straight like that. Let's take a little walk. Look at them spikes. Let's take a walk up these stairs. Show you what this is about. See that air line on top of my tank? Not a lot of people have that either. That way you can blow off dust off the top of your tank. It's very important that you keep your lids clean, because they will not open and close and seal airtight properly if you do not clean that platform right there. If you do not keep that clean, let me tell you what, it will crust up and it will lock up, and you will not be able to open and close your lids. You got to keep all that clean. It's pretty dirty right now, but let me tell you what, I've seen a lot worse. On my grandma, I've seen a lot worse. It's not a hard job, but not a lot of people can dig it. You know what I'm saying? At times it can get very dusty and disgusting. It's very important that you keep a dust mask on you. You know what I'm saying?
Alright, so I got unloaded. I pulled out. I could have stopped way down there like they do and get up on top of their tanks and clean them up or whatever, but I just pulled up to the office where I get my paperwork, and all I got to do to shut my lids is bang, bang. Watch the lid close. See how it's automatically closing? Same up there, but you can't see it. And then this knob right here locks it. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's ride. Thing I do not like is when I come up on a weigh station and the sign says closed, but yet all these trucks are pulling in, and I feel that I need to pull in too to be safer than sorry. Meanwhile, all these other mofos are blowing by it like it's closed. Because it is, but yet and still here I am. Now with my luck, I'll be in and out, because I got good luck. If I got bad luck, and I pull in here and they give me an inspection, that's a wrap. And we have arrived. Yes, sir. Bam! Right there. Now, since I don't have a tripod, I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do. So what we're gonna do is hook that hose over there, like I said. Make sure all our valves are in the proper position, all right? And then we're gonna take that hose right there. We're gonna hook it right there. We're gonna make sure all our valves are in the proper position. Build air pressure. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, we are hooked up. We are blowing our load off. As weird as that may sound, that's what we're doing. Because we're blowing cement powder up into that silo. As you see, I picked up slag, so I'm blowing it into the slag pipe right there. So I got my discharge valve open right there. I got my aerator valve open right there. See how it goes up under the tank? It blows air through those right there that are called aerators. There's 3 of them. They go around the tank. They fill the tank up with air, and then you open that when you get to your desired PSI. That's a good PSI right there. That's for the tank, that's for the line. The line may be kind of messed up, seeing as how it's below 5. That don't make no sense. They should be even. See how these valves over here are closed. I'm not feeding air to this side of the tank yet. I'm not discharging this side of the tank yet. Remember that? That's my line pressure. That's all the way open. If I open that all the way like that, I'm gonna lose a bunch of air pressure in there. Alright? So I'm gonna close it right about there. If I close that all the way, I'm telling you right now, that hose will clog up and it'll be a disaster. And there is a chance that this tank could blow up. Absolutely. When I feel like I'm empty in this side of the tank, what I'm gonna do is close that valve, and I'm gonna open this valve, close this valve, feed air to the bottom of the tank on this side, and when I get to my desired PSI, I'm gonna then open my discharge valve right there, so my powder comes out through there. You feel what I'm saying? Once this tank is done over here and I'm on my way to this tank, I'm gonna close that valve right there, which is gonna keep the air to this tank. I'm gonna make sure that valve is closed like it is. That valve is closed because we don't use top air. And that valve right there is gonna be open, feeding air to the bottom of that tank. When I get my desired PSI, I'll then open my discharge. And you do that 4 times. And at the very end, I rebuild pressure inside the tank when it's empty, getting all the leftover powder that's inside, and then I open both discharge valves at the same time, getting everything out I possibly can. You feel what I'm saying? Bada bing, bada boom. Right over there is the inlet that comes in from the Lake Michigan, and that's where the product comes in at, on a barge or in a truck. Simple as that. That's where trucks get loaded with what I'm putting up into that silo, but they're closed right now, so I'm here after hours. That right there, I forget what they call that, but the dome or something. But that's where you go to put product when they don't want you to put it here. It's that simple. Respect. Hey, peep game, one thing I did forget to cover is the fact that I run this bulkier system off of a PTO system. You see where it says PTO? I do not know what PTO stands for. The last time I was a bulker, the tanks built air pressure from a blower that was controlled by electricity. This is controlled by a PTO off the engine, okay? The air is built from power from the engine. So basically what you do is you push the clutch to the floor, you put it in the lowest gear, and then you hit that button right there that says PTO, and while your foot is still pushed to the floor with the clutch, you put it in neutral. Oh, see how I just shut it off? Now all I gotta do is hit that right there and raise the cruise control up to 1,000 right there. Bam, and I'm still golden. But just by me touching the clutch, I deactivated the PTO. So to activate the PTO, you push the clutch all the way in, put it in the lowest gear, you press the PTO button, you put it back in neutral, you take your foot off of the clutch, and then the PTO is activated, and then you press the cruise control and you raise it up to 1,000 PSI if that's what you're comfortable with.
Feel in the